Good morning, sir, ma'am. My name is Colton Bird. So, discussing tower communications, specifically holding patterns. So, we have already planned our flight route. We've already checked all the data pertinent to the flight. We've checked our weather. We've planned everything. We've ran through the PAVE checklist to make sure all is in order. And we've already filed our flight plan on ForeFlight. The scenario is we've received a clearance from ATC. We're on an IFR flight plan. We are flying inbound to XYZ VOR, heading 360 at 6,000 feet. And the clearance reads November 123 Alpha Bravo, hold east of the XYZ VOR on the 090 radial. Expect further clearance in 10 minutes. So, understanding the holding clearance that they gave us, the key components of the holding pattern are the fix that we're holding at, in this case XYZ VOR, where we are holding at, the fix, east on the 090 radial, the direction we're turning, the length of the legs, and our EFC expect further clearance time. So the purpose of a hold is to provide traffic separation, usually in congested airspace or during arrival delays. And this is done by keeping aircraft in a specified section of airspace while they are awaiting further clearance from ATC. And so how do we determine the proper holding entry procedure? Again, we're flying inbound on heading 360, and we need to hold east on the 090 radial. So to determine our entry, I prefer the thumb method. So I'm going to put my thumb on the right side of the heading indicator, and ATC didn't tell us which way to turn, so that means standard right turns, in this case our right thumb. And 090 holding direction falls under the direct section beneath my thumb, and so we will be holding direct. We can also see on the left that according to the Instrument Flying Handbook, when approaching from Sector C, we hold direct. When thinking about our fuel management and holding considerations, per Part 91.167, the minimum IFR fuel requirements state that we have to have enough fuel to get to our destination, the farthest alternate if one is required, and then flying for 45 additional minutes at normal cruise speed. And so if we receive instructions to continue holding after our EFC time and fuel becomes a concern, we need to start calculating how long we can hold and still make it to our destination. And we do this by using our planned fuel burn and our time that we expect to be in the hold, as well as how much fuel we need once we leave the hold. And at this point, we need to consider whether we need to divert, request an alternate clearance, or continue holding. And either way, we need to communicate our concerns and plans with ATC. In the case that we lose communication and ATC did not provide us with an EFC time, first we need to squawk 7600, our lost communications code, try reaching ATC on another radio or on different frequencies, troubleshooting first and foremost. If we still have no contact at that point and we are under VFR conditions, we need to continue our flight under VFR and land as soon as practicable. And if not, we select a route using the AVF acronym: assigned, vectored, expected, filed, in that order. And in altitude, using the MEA acronym: minimum, expected, assigned, whichever of those is highest. If we're in compliance with all regulations and maintenance regarding our plane and our flight, there's really nothing we can do to prevent lost communications outright, but we can lessen issues that occur during a lost communications emergency by always confirming our clearances and our EFCs with ATC. This will give us greater clarity and a clearer course of action in the case that we do lose communications in an unfortunate event. Most importantly, biblical integration for this. We need to trust the Lord's guidance always. Psalm 32:8 says, I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye. The Lord uses flight training, among other things, to guide us and teach us what we must do when we're flying. Specifically, how best to be prepared for every situation in aviation and how to do so safely. It is wise to take this training seriously so that we not only keep ourselves safe, but also every other pilot in the sky. And we show diligence by properly applying this training when it is needed. Thank you for your time.